Here's the uncomfortable truth. If you don't take control of your money, someone else already has. Banks profit when you're broke. Landlords profit when you struggle. And corporations profit when you keep swiping your card. So, whose game are you really playing? You're watching M3, Money Mindset Makeover. This isn't just a channel. It's a rebellion against financial mediocrity. If you're tired of being broke in a world built for the rich, hit subscribe right now, because we're about to rip apart the old rules and build a new mindset. Today we're ditching the hamster wheel, because your relationship with money isn't just a side detail, it's the #1 thing shaping your success. And if you don't rewrite that relationship, you'll stay stuck in the endless loop of working harder, earning less, and never actually feeling free. But if you get it right, you stop being the hamster, and you start being the one who owns the wheel. Let's be honest. For most of us, money isn't just numbers in a bank account. It's stress. It's shame. It's the reason our chest tightens at 2 a.m. while we doom scroll TikTok instead of sleeping. It's wondering how rent went up again while your paycheck stayed the same. A Pew Research survey found that nearly half of young adults between 18 and 29 can't cover their basic expenses. Let that sink in. Not luxuries, not vacations, not bougie dinners. Basic survival. And this isn't because people are lazy. It's because the economy we inherited doesn't match the rules we were taught. We were told, study hard, get the degree, land the job, climb the ladder. But here's the truth. They handed us a broken ladder. Student loans weigh us down with payments that feel like an extra rent. Housing costs skyrocket while starter salaries barely budge. And even when you do everything right, you're still one emergency away from sliding backward. This is the hamster wheel. Run faster, sweat harder, still stay in the same place. But here's the twist. Money isn't evil, and it isn't magical. Money is neutral. It's a tool, like a hammer. You can use a hammer to build a house or smash a window. The hammer doesn't care. The question is, what are you building with it? Too often we confuse our worth with our wallet. Broke means failure, rich means success. But think about it. A doctor charges for surgery not because they're greedy, but because they're providing immense value. Money is simply a receipt for value exchanged. That's the first mindset shift. Stop attaching morality to money and start seeing it as a lever of control. Now let's talk about why so many of us feel trapped. It's not just debt, it's consumption. We live in a world engineered to make us spend. From Instagram ads to TikTok influencers flexing their latest hauls, everything screams, buy more, live bigger, and we do. We trade our hours for dollars, and then those dollars vanish on gadgets, clothes, subscriptions we forgot about, and lattes we barely taste because we're drinking them in traffic. Here's the kicker. Studies show that 78% of Americans live paycheck to paycheck, even people earning 6 figures. Let that hit. It's not about how much you make, it's about how much you keep. Look at MC Hammer, millions flowing in, but he went bankrupt because consumption outpaced production. And that's the rat race in a nutshell. It's not how hard you run, it's whether your effort builds something lasting. So how do you break out? Here's the thing. I know this isn't complicated. In fact, it's simple. But simple doesn't mean easy, because the real challenge isn't learning the steps. It's building the discipline to follow them. That's where the money mindset makeover in you comes alive. Success doesn't come from one big decision. It comes from rewiring your habits, creating new patterns, and refusing to live on autopilot anymore. That's what I'm here to help you do. Step by step, habit by habit, building a brighter financial future you can actually own. And now let's move into the real strategy, the 4 pillars that flip the script. Save, budget, earn, invest. Saving is step 1. Not glamorous, not Instagram worthy, but it's your parachute when life pushes you out of the plane. Without savings, every small emergency becomes a crisis. Your car breaks down and suddenly you're swiping a credit card at 25% interest just to stay afloat. A bank rate survey found that nearly 57% of Americans can't cover a $1,000 emergency with cash. And that's terrifying, because life throws curveballs when you least expect it. That's why building an emergency fund, 3 to 6 months of expenses, isn't just financial advice. It's psychological freedom. It's knowing you can walk away from a toxic job. It's sleeping without panic in your chest. And if 3 months feels impossible right now, start small. Set aside just $10 a week. That's $40 a month, nearly $500 a year. It's not about the size, it's about proving to yourself that you can build a cushion brick by brick. But saving alone won't free you. You need awareness. And that's where budgeting comes in. Most people think budgeting means restriction, punishment, giving up joy. Wrong. Budgeting is awareness. It's the flashlight in the dark room of your bank account. A study from Mint found that 65% of Gen Zers don't use any budgeting system at all, which means most people are just guessing where their money goes. And you can't control what you don't measure. So here's a challenge you can start today. Track your last 3 days of spending. No judgment, no shame, just log it. That's your money mirror. And when you see that $80 of DoorDash could have covered your gym membership, or that forgotten subscription is draining $15 a month, you finally gain the power to make conscious choices. And then there's earning. Hustle culture told us to grind harder, sleep less, rise and grind. But working 80 hours a week doesn't guarantee freedom. It guarantees burnout. The real unlock is shifting into high-value skills, the kind the internet lets you scale. According to a LinkedIn jobs report, digital skills like content creation, UX design, and coding are among the fastest-growing, highest-demand roles. And many of them don't even require a traditional degree. That's huge for millennials and Gen Z drowning in student loans. Real-life application? Pick one skill and commit to learning it for 30 minutes a day. Platforms like Coursera, YouTube, or even TikTok tutorials can take you from beginner to employable. That one skill can turn into a freelance side hustle, an online shop, or even a remote gig that pays more than your 9 to 5. That's production power, earning without chaining your time to every single dollar. Finally, investing. This is where money transforms from tool to machine. Saving protects you, earning grows you, but investing frees you. Because investing is ownership, and ownership is power. Here's the stat that blows minds. Fidelity found that millennials who started investing in their 20s could retire with up to 3 times more wealth than those who wait until their 30s. That's the power of compound growth. It's not about timing the market, it's about time in the market. And you don't need thousands to begin. With apps like Robinhood or Fidelity's $1 fractional shares, you can literally start investing with pocket change. Imagine skipping one night of takeout and putting that $25 into an index fund instead. It doesn't feel like much in the moment, but fast forward 10 years and you'll thank yourself. Remember this, consumption keeps you broke. Ownership sets you free. Now pause for a second and imagine this. 2 people make $50,000 a year. Same paycheck, different lives. One spends it all, drowns in credit card debt, lives on edge every month. The other saves, invests, builds a side hustle, and within a few years has financial cushion and options. Same income, different mindset. That's why your relationship with money matters more than the paycheck itself. Because here's the truth. You will never out-earn a bad relationship with money. You could double your income tomorrow, but if your mindset is still wired to consume, the money will slip through your fingers like sand. This is where broke ends and ownership begins. Doesn't matter if you make 50 grand or 500 grand. Spend $1 more than you earn and congratulations, you're broke with nicer shoes. So let's tie it together. Money is neutral. The hamster wheel is fueled by consumption. Freedom comes from awareness, protection, growth, and ownership. Saving gives you security. Budgeting gives you control. Earning expands your possibilities. Investing builds your future. And the mindset you choose determines whether you stay stuck or break free. And here's the final punch. Belief is key. If you can't visualize your dream life, you can't build it. Do you see yourself traveling the world, starting a business, creating a family, owning your time? Picture it, because the mind builds what it believes. Then stack small actions. Track your expenses, open that savings account, build that side hustle, invest that first 100. Freedom isn't a jackpot moment. It's 1,000 small decisions that add up to independence. So what now? You have the choice. Stay on the hamster wheel or flip it. This is M3, Money Mindset Makeover. And if you felt this message, stick around, because up next, we're breaking free from the grind with a video called From Dining Out to Debt Free. Save a year's salary in your bank account. Trust me, you don't want to miss this one dot. Your bank account will thank you later.